What was the point where you learned like your songs weren't sync ready, and like how did you learn that? And then what adjustments did you make as far as writing songs for TV? Like what were some of the major differences between just what you were already writing versus writing for sync?
Oh, I remember when it maybe doesn't work for television when after like three licensors or libraries were just like, no. One even said in an email, these songs are too sad.
Mm.
And he was like, these lyrics are also all about girls, which totally made sense in a pop punk band. It was just nothing about like, my girlfriend sucks today, or just like, they weren't creative. They were all the same topic. And then I started to write some more, and then I was like, well, I'll write new songs. But the problem was I was writing with the same template. And I
Mm.
was just like, I thought just because they're new or they're a new version doesn't mean they're going to work. So I realized I had to scrap everything
Mm.
that I was doing and build from the ground up. I needed a system. And the weird thing was, as I was realizing this, I was teaching. But the thing that I was doing while teaching, I was listening to tons of new music that I hadn't listened to
Right.
because I was in my bubble, and I decided to get out of the bubble.
Mm.
And it forced me while teaching to learn top 40 songs. Like when I started teaching, man, it was like, I think it was like Everybody Talks by Neon Trees, Fun, Go To, and then suddenly throughout my process of teaching in those years, I was absorbing all these new songs. I was active listening like crazy.
Yeah.
And I was breaking them down so that when I went to go construct songs, I had a new template and I had a new structure for what is going to work because they're current. They're the things that people are listening to.
Mm.
My niche or my genre that I loved, it's not to say I still don't love it, but there was just a small section of people that liked it. It wasn't necessarily the things that were getting placed, but when I
Mm.
started to listen to the right things, analyze it, and think about the structure, the chord progressions, even the melodies, I would grab my guitar and play melodies out and be like, they're just using three notes. I
Yeah.
remember just being blown when I listened to Fits and the Tantrums, and like the first verse was like just one note 12 times in a row. Somebody say yes, okay, da, 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 da. And I was like, how's this possible? I'm like, here I am using like eight notes like a fool. I
Working
need to
too
be using
hard.
one.
Yeah.
But the analyzing really was the thing that made me step out of my comfort zone and start to develop a new template.
Yeah, that's crucial, man. And my experience was similar because I was in my bubble, man. I was just in there creating what I want to create and not really paying attention to what's already worked. And I feel like a lot of people try and reinvent the wheel or just think, their songs are just they're undeniable, right? Like it's so great they can't say no to it, but like you have to step outside of just, your bubble and study what's already working on TV and figure out some type of formula, which it sounds like you did successfully, especially now that you're showing other people how to do the same. Um, and I think your songwriting for guitar is just genius because I know I've sent a few people your way because that's a struggle that people have, man.